Ugh. How fake Christians and churches all over the world. Not all, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say at least 70-75% of them are just ripping yous off, using it for money laundering scams, using it to further their own business entrepreneurship with your donations, which they borrow and then repay back without interest, but claim it as a donation to write off as they write that off in tax. It's all tax deductible. If you make a donation to a church and you get a receipt for it, it's tax deductible. So you'll put money in the banks, money in the churches. The upper echelon members of those churches can borrow $10,000, $20,000, $50,000 and pay it back without interest. But not only do they get to borrow it without interest, it's tax deductible. So they're minimising their tax with money they borrow on from the church to further their own personal interests. They're doing more harm than good, giving charity to men that don't deserve it, shouldn't be getting it. I don't care what you think. It is what it is. You help no man by giving them charity. And I can attest to that. Now, look at this for a racket. There's someone going around, this is in America, I know, it's no different here, it's exactly the same here. Mormon churches across Tasmania. They're doing it. Go ask the Jacksons. Now, there's a Sheila here who's going around exposing all the churches, asking them for baby formula, and they won't give it to her unless she's a member of the church. That's not what church is about, guys. Hey, judgment's coming, I'm telling you.
God is shaking these false Babylonian churches and calling you to a real relationship with him. God does not reside in temples made with human hands. I'm just going to show you a few of the videos that I've seen in just the past 2 or 3 days. So I'm sure by now we've all seen this woman who called around to a bunch of different churches, and not many of them would donate 1 can of baby formula. I think she's still going, so I don't know what the current number is, but the last I saw, I'm pretty sure it was like 6 out of the 50-ish churches that she called offered to give her the formula. These churches are raking in the big bucks from their congregation, tax breaks, all of these donations. I'm sure they're getting grants and everything else, and they couldn't help out with a can of formula. And I don't want to hear, oh, like, you have to be part of the congregation at that church. That's not what the Bible says. This is not about individual churchgoers. This is about exposing the system.
The church that said that they would only give a can of formula to a starving baby if they went to that church. This is Dr. Matt Brown, the pastor since 2021 at Germantown Baptist Church in Tennessee. If you look up their property record, it's owned by Germantown Baptist Church Incorporated, which isn't weird, but there's all this public information underneath me. When you open up the appraisals, you see this, that the total assessment of the church is $151,000. But the total appraisal of the church is $2.1 million. That is a significant difference. You have to do something to your property for it to be valued more. And since they didn't buy land, they already owned the 65 acres, I looked at their permits. Look at the numbers on these. In 2023 for $175,000, and then in 2024 for $2.4 million. Alteration of front existing altar at Germantown Baptist Church, platform to be extended out 12 feet forward. $175,000. But let's get into the big one. $2.4 million for what? Well, we don't know. GBC Worship Center repairs and updates to the center at Germantown Baptist Church. 2024, they did $2.4 million in updates, according to their permits. The entire place is valued and appraised at $2.1 million, which is less than the updates that they just put in, and it is all appraised except for $151,000 of it on the land that they already owned. You know, man, you really should have just bought the can of formula.
The social media world of armchair video and keyboard warriors who only care about throwing shade from hundreds of miles away will not care if we get it right.
The churches that didn't offer to give the baby formula responded to the woman that was doing the social experiment.
I don't apologize to the devil.
They shoved the winter doona in me.
Put me in the attic.
Expired sunscreen exploded in my front pocket.
Yeah, sometimes Christians get so weak, you forgot we're supposed to rebuke evil. I rebuke rebuke you in Jesus' name. So if you're watching this morning, repent while you have a chance. But for my part, I forgive you. I really do. Because the devil is using you like a pair of galoshes.
Churches get scammed all of the time. And so if you think the response to churches saying no to helping baby formula is to tax the churches, we spend $1 trillion a year on our military.
Understand the cost that is involved. There's 1,000 of you, I said close them doors. Ushers, close the doors. Close the doors. Close the doors. It's 1,000 that's watching online.
Really
This is a small seed. If I get 1,000 online to give this, if I get 1,000 to give this, that's $40,000 tonight. Now, everyone up here, we've all sold and seeded, but I need everyone standing up here with us, with me, to plant a seed of $100. Because again, it costs to sit up here. And this is what I need you to do. If you're giving electronically,
look at
or
this.
you're giving tangibly,
Look at his necklace.
come to the altar and get it, because I need to see it.
He's real humble.
Bring them baskets. I want the baskets up here. I want to see the folk. Y'all start moving. Y'all can bring it right now. Come. Y'all looking at me like I stole something. I ain't steal nothing.
Look at the cow behind him. The cow fucking fighting.
Florida called the First Presbyterian Church of Wildwood. And in that church, the church rents space to a soup kitchen called the Wildwood Soup Kitchen. The Wildwood Soup Kitchen is feeding tons of people in their area. It says $17,000 a month, over 550 people per day, and they say it's mostly homebound seniors. The church is raising their rent so significantly that the soup kitchen has to move out. The soup kitchen has to move out and stop feeding seniors in their community because the church is raising their rent. So then I thought to myself, I bet the church doesn't pay income tax on that rental income either. I bet they don't even pay income tax on that.
I, Roberta McCoy, giving faith and stand in unity with the vision of Perfected Church of sowing this seed of $1,000 plus $235 and receiving the blessings to come to all that participated.
Now that's only $1,200.
Yes.
Y'all not listening to what I'm saying. If you have 1,000 plus 1,000.
Okay. Well, I'm going to work on the other 800.
Well, that ain't what I asked you to do.
Jesus walked into synagogues, flipped tables, whipped them, screamed at them, told them that they were making his father's house a den of thieves. Jesus was the biggest opposition to organized religion.
I just want to park my car and sleep. I'm not bothering anybody by being here. I don't cause any trouble. All I do is park my car here and sleep. That's it. I don't know where else to go. So what do you think you're going to accomplish by this, man? Because it's not going to make you look good. I suggest both of you open the Bible and see. Look what it says about homeless people and poor people and what you're supposed to do. Because it's not this. It's not this, and you know it. But I expect nothing from the church. I hope you're not turning that off. Record it all. Put it on Facebook.
A lot of these churches heavily intertwined with the occult, Freemasons, all of those groups to feed intentionally wrong doctrine. They pumped a lot of money into American churches in just the past few months. Here's just one of the videos that features some of the churches in America that are selling their congregations data to and giving them permission for geofencing, which means anytime that the congregation is within the church bounds, Israel can go in their phone essentially and brainwash them by feeding them specific ads, and then they're also preaching the doctrines and all kinds of stuff like that.
Oh my stop, collaborate and listen. I sit back in the rain with vengeance. Something grabs a hold of me tightly, fall like a harpoon daily and nightly. Will it ever stop? Yo, I don't know. Turn off the lights and I flow to the extreme. I rock a mic like a vandal. Light up a stage and watch it jump like a candle. Dance. Crush speaker that booms. I feel it in your brain like a poisonous mushroom. Deadly. When I play a no melody, anything less than the best is a felony. Love it or leave it. You better think.
Look at them. They've all been paid by Israel government.
I lift my hands to give you the glory. I lift my hands to give praise, and we will praise you. It's just a temple. Syrup all over the communion. Don't care so much. Over the Bible, too. Yo, stop acting like you care about this. I mean, stop acting like this matters to you.
With the pronouns in their bio is the church I was employed at not too long ago. And this video of this youth pastor who took my position, making fun of Charlie Kirk in this video, is now the youth pastor at that same church. Now, I don't say this as slander. This is a hard video for me to make. I say this as a warning to the American church, because it can happen to your church too. I never thought it would happen to mine. my Bible-believing church. I never thought it would be possible until we were hiring a new pastor, and he started having conversations with me and saying some things, this woke ideology, and I took it to the elder board. Hear me. I took it to the elder board, and I said, this is what he's saying. And they looked at me, and they said, stop sowing discord. And they disciplined me.
A full video talking about this guy who went into a church. He was very clearly heavily possessed, not oppressed, possessed. Instead of trying to cast the demon out or bind it or do anything, the priest called the police and stood in the back of the church silent and watched as the cops took him out. For the first time since the Catholic Church's inception, so like 100 or 150 years after Christ, like 100 years after the Sadducees disbanded, because that's what this is, they finally clarified that Mary does not redeem people and that only Jesus does. But you know, Mary will help you get out of purgatory, which is not a thing. You are not to be called rabbi, for you have one teacher and you are all brothers. Call no man your father on earth, for you have one Father who is in heaven. Neither be called instructors, for you have one instructor, the Christ. The greatest among you shall be your servant. Whoever exalts himself will be humbled, and whoever humbles himself will be exalted. But woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, for you shut the kingdom of heaven in people's faces. You neither enter yourselves nor allow those who would enter to go in. Come out of her, my people, lest you take part in her sins, lest you share in her plagues. For her sins are heaped high as heaven, and God has remembered her iniquities. If we as Christians choose to defend these churches and this evil, or to just stay silent on it, we are only hurting the people watching that are not Christian and don't understand, and turning people away from God. And if we don't call out this evil when we clearly see it and or we defend it, we are just as bad.
Yep.
Don't look up Moringa. Seriously, just skip this. You walk past it in the market.
It's everywhere. It's rife. How does the Anglican Church turn into a business model? Anglicare, who don't really care, who are doing weird, give you $20 Coles gift vouchers if you come in and give us your blood samples. That's a bit vampirish, isn't it? I used to be an outfield manager at Woolworths. I was there for nearly 5 years. I've seen what gets donated to places like City Mission and that. Yeah, what they're putting out ain't what they're getting. I'll tell you that, not even close. The bread, sometimes. And this is what guts me. Like, oh, Woolworths made this donate. No, they didn't donate shit. Because everything you donate to anywhere like that is all tax minimising. You minimise your tax that way. I used to, when I had my panel shop, I used to have people, you can claim it on tax, whatever. No. They had that stupid ice bucket challenge. That was just a rort. Seriously? Why would I give money to a so-called not-for-profit organisation that has CEOs at the board and so forth? So, actually, this is way back when I had the business, and I made a video where I wrote out a cheque, and then I videoed myself going into the Salvation Army, and I said, there's a cheque for $50. I would like that spent on food to give to somebody who needs it. A mother, single mum, someone with kids. Nobody really knew what to do with it. What to do with it. I was, really? Like, seriously? If that doesn't prove it's all just a tax racket, I don't know what does. All these organisations get donations from government. They get money from the Vatican. Yeah, the Vatican allows so much money per country for anything related to the Catholic Church. And that does include Islam, yeah. I hate to break it to you, I've got no malice towards anyone of faith whatsoever. But Islam was created by the Catholic Church, sorry to say. It went through stringent things, went through stringent people, and a lot of stuff was analysed. But it was created by the Catholic Church. The oldest denomination of church there is. Church I'm talking about, not faith. Church. Apparently, Islam and Christians are supposed to team up against Zionism. You know, in some kind of a spiritual war or in some kind of a battle. I think we're seeing that come to head now, aren't we? Since we got Erin Molan, Jim Molan's daughter, making speeches in Parliament about how radical Christians and radical Islam have no place in Australia. Radical Christians. But Zionism does? I think we're seeing that coming to head right now, aren't we? Battleground Australia. I'm telling you, we're getting caught up in a proxy war of some sort. These churches are a scourge. Anyway, just thought I'd show you that because it's all a racket. So be religious nuts and get right with God. You might get somewhere. I'm not saying that to be an arse either. Well, you know, I'm no Sam Tremaine, an arrogant pig. Probably sound a bit that way at the moment. Still got a cold, head cold. Oh, that thought. You do have choice, but you just chose the right one. Good on you, mate. You're a ledge. Off to his tutor and he goes. Never gives up, that lad. That's my boy. Not boy anymore. He's 19, he's finally learning to read because I found the right person to put in front of him. Someone who cares. Someone who volunteers their time to teach him. Yeah, he's an inspiration. He's my own personal Jesus. You won't find many people, you won't find anyone around here any more righteous than him, I'll tell you that now. Just be careful of what sort of a church you're going to, because you never really know what they're teaching you. There's not one here that I'll go to. I won't go to any of them. If there was one to go to, I'd go, but there ain't one. Because I kind of know how they're all intertwined and intermingled, because I've been around here for a while. I've owned businesses, I've dealt with a lot of people in the upper sort of echelons. It's funny how church end up with all this money and real estate and if your church has got money and real estate and what, building brand new buildings and stuff, it's not a church, it's a real estate racket. And they're milking you.